everyone. Welcome to this episode of the Waze Community's office hours. Excuse me while I speak slowly until we make sure that we're properly heard on YouTube. So, let us know that you can hear us. Give me the green light so I know that we're coming through on YouTube. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm still waiting for that thumbs up or green light, or let me know you can hear me. Okay. Thank you. I got it from here inside our room. So we're good to go. I'm going to present the, and here we go. So thank you very much for joining us today. Just a second. Okay. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Anat. I'm from the Amazing Waze Communities team. And here with me behind the scenes is Demit, our producer, and also Brett. You know him. He often hosts these events. This episode of the Waze Communities Office Hours is dedicated to the Hackathon pitches. What do we mean by that? Let's start with the first part, the Hackathon. What do we mean when we say Hackathon? Well, online in the general industry, a hackathon is an event where people who are passionate about a product bring up their ideas so that their ideas become a part of the product, and then those people form teams to make quick progress on their idea. So that's what we're doing here. On June 21st and 22nd, 4 hours each day, we're going to have an online meetup style event. It's going to be the first ever communities hackathon where groups of community members and Waze staff members will meet online to engage in feature development. And anyone from the community can join and contribute. No need to write code or design UX. Participating in this hackathon will feel like an exciting brainstorming session with lots of fun people from around the world. So far, we've asked you, the community, to vote on a theme and then to submit your ideas and sign up. We got so many great ideas. Thank you so much to everyone who submitted your idea. We couldn't take all ideas, but we had to choose only 15 of them. And today, May 22nd, you can see the red location marker on the timeline here. You're going to hear about the ideas that are moving forward to the hackathon so that you can choose which idea you want to collaborate with. After this session ends, you'll be invited to sign up, if you haven't already, by choosing your team. We know many of you have already signed up without choosing a team, and if you're okay with us assigning you to a team, you're good. No need to sign up again. If you'd like to choose your own team, we invite you to also follow the link we'll publish later today to choose your team. And what's next? The hackathon. In a month from now, I already said it, but on June 21st and 22nd, those are weekdays. Do note, we'll meet online to collaborate on the ideas you're going to hear about today. In the months following the hackathon, we're aiming to deliver the idea that wins to production. We hope you're as excited as we are about the event, but right now, before we move forward to the ideas, we'd like to take a few minutes for some quick updates. So, the first update is about the annual editors survey. If you're an editor and haven't taken the survey already, please take it. Your input turns into our goals and objectives for the periods to come. I'm not kidding. We take your feedback very seriously. So if you haven't filled out the survey already, please scan this QR code right here to get the survey now. And keep that page open for later so we can get to business. So the next quick update is about the fact that we recently launched lots of new materials to help new editors improve their WME skills. The new mentoring kit includes WME tutorials, both in video and written form, and it's all translated into Spanish, Portuguese, and French, thanks to our dear localizers. The kit also contains a list of community chat groups so that new editors can easily find a group where they can ask questions and get to know the people and rules. The new kit also contains a link that allows any new editor to ask for a mentor. As you can see, we're aiming to help new editors easily find their way around. So another helpful reach out we added are automated emails. Who gets these emails? Anyone who signs up to WME for the first time will get an email. There are two types of emails. The first one is for people who sign up, make an edit, then hit save and leave. They get a congratulatory email saying, congratulations, you're an editor now. The other email is for people who signed up but didn't hit save. Both emails contain the learning resources I mentioned in the previous slide, including the invitation to ask for a mentor. And now, since we're now inviting new editors to ask for a mentor, we needed the help of our dear community to respond to those requests. Thus, a new role was born, the mentoring coordinator. 10 people, 10 dear community members volunteered to join this group. They're the ones in charge of connecting between mentors and mentees, people who would like to ask for a mentor. We'd like to thank this dear group of people, our mentoring coordinators, and invite anyone who's a level 4 and up to apply for this group. If you'd like to also help connect mentors and mentees, you feel like you have the knowledge and experience for it, please scan this QR code to apply. And on the other end, if you'd like to ask for a mentor, if you're looking to learn more about editing in the community, scan this QR code. We're just full of QRs today. Another note is that we are deep in meetup season. After 2 years of not seeing our dear community in real life, we couldn't be happier about traveling to your locations and meeting you in person. We'd like to thank anyone who joined or is planning to join the meetups. And if you'd like to sign up to an event in your region, have a look at your local forum to find out more information. Okay, that's it for our general notes. And now it's time to move on to the main course on today's agenda. Let's get to know the ideas for the hackathon. So as I mentioned earlier, we have 15 ideas that were approved, and we'll spend 2 to 3 minutes hearing about each of them. One quick note. When you sign up to choose your team, we ask you to choose 3 ideas. So in case the idea you choose is full, we can place you in another team that still has room. This means that now during this session, while listening to the ideas, it'll be great if you remember the name or take note of the idea that you like so that you can easily sign up later. So how's it going to work this session? We asked idea owners to prepare a video where they explain about their idea. We'll play those videos now, and you'll have them linked to the forum where you choose your team for later reference. Okay, so let's get going. The first idea is from Search John from Belgium. His idea is to improve management of favorites in the Waze app. We're going to try to play the video. Let's hope that technically everything will work smoothly now.
Hi, I'm Eddie, also known as Search John. I'm currently a level 3 map editor from Belgium. I want to propose an idea for the community's Hackathon 2022. Waze is a great navigation app where its strongest feature is the user community base. This community is constantly collecting information whereby it can ensure the fastest route possible for their users. Having said this, there is still some room for improvement. Personally, I think that's the case for favorites. Currently, the favorites is a rather bare-bone list with very limited management functionality. This is not ideal, certainly not when the list is getting longer. A little reductive, but one could say that the currently management functionality is limited to adding, deleting and reordering favorites. Therefore, I would like to suggest to tackle this inconvenience during this hackathon. Wouldn't it be nice if the user could also search, sort on name or distance, edit the name, add an icon, assign a category, organize via folders, see the favorites on screen whilst driving? If set via settings, one could manage their favorites both in the app and website, etc. The goal is to create an even better application. Thank you for your time and attention.
Okay. Thank you, Eddie. So if you liked this idea and also like to join this team, look for it later in the sign-up form. Let's move on to the second idea. This one is from Marco from Italy with his idea to see all the passes you need for a drive before you head out.
Hello all. My idea is pass warning and suggestions. I had this idea when I had to drive to Prague for the European Mega Meetup in 2019. Currently, Waze calculates the route based on the passes already added by the user. However, many users are often unaware that passes are needed to reach a certain destination and that these can be added to Waze to obtain the best route. Moreover, Waze currently only warns, via pop-up, for some passes and not for others, or if more than one pass is needed for a certain route, resulting in unnecessarily long routes, as you can see in the pictures. So for me, the current experience with Waze concerning passes is unfriendly. My idea would be that Waze always calculates the best route and suggests then to users which passes to add, like CTL, vignettes, telepass, etc., for the best driving experience to reach the selected destination. My solution for this is to add a warning at the start of the drive, only for the routes that need some passes, where the user can select all the required passes directly without going into the pass screen settings. Once the user has made their choices, Waze will recalculate the final best route. Thank you all for watching.
Okay, thank you, Marco. You'll be able to choose this idea through the form if you'd like to join this one.
Hello all.
Sorry. Okay. The next idea is from Hans from the Netherlands. His idea concerns segments that are closed with a real-time closure. Okay, let's hear from Hans.
Hi, my name is Hans Vink. I'm a Dutch regional manager, editor level 4. Thank you for the opportunity to present this idea to improve Waze for everyone. My idea concerns segments that are closed with a closure, a real-time closure. These segments are treated by the routing engine as a pedestrian boardwalk. When your destination is on such a closed segment, you are brought to the nearest point on a different segment as the crow flies. That in urban areas, that's not such a big deal. You can park your car and just walk over, and then easy peasy. It's a little bit more difficult when there's a river in between yourself and your destination, and not a bridge in walking distance. So my idea to solve this is that to have closed segments not act as pedestrian boardwalks, but as walking trails instead, because then you are brought to the nearest node of that closed segment. And also, usually you're allowed to walk over the closed segments that are barred for traffic. And sometimes there's information about parking possibilities or duration of the closure, etc. Possibly it should be limited to primary streets and lower class segments. I'm not sure if that's possible or desirable. Finally, there is a topic on center code concerning this, because I'm not the first one to pitch this. So here's the link to that topic. And that's it. Thank you for the opportunity, and I hope this idea gets voted to be implemented. Cheers, bye.
Okay, thank you, Hans. If you'd like to join this team, you'll be able to do so from the form later. And now I sound like a broken record. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, Leo from the Netherlands is suggesting hyperlocal access restrictions.
Hello, my name and username is Leo Hanno. I want to have a better solution for hyper-local access restrictions. A lot of streets in the center of the city are restricted. They are only allowed to enter if you have a permit, or you are allowed to drive there, but you are not allowed to park your car without a permit. When searching for an address, Waze will always bring you to the nearest drivable segment, even if that segment is a private road and you don't have a permit to drive there or can park your car. The challenge. When you go out for a drive, you want to be brought to the best location as close to your destination as possible. But you only want to end up where you are allowed to go. If the nearest drivable location has a restriction, You want to be taken to a place where you can and may go. It also depends a lot on what you are going to do at your destination. If you have to park the car, you also want to be able to park the car there. If you don't have to park your car because you have to pick up someone or because you are a delivery person, you do want to be sent into the street unless you are not allowed on that street at all. And the restriction can be only for specific hours or specific days. The solution. Such a private road should be checked with an attribute. An attribute checkbox for private roads. Accessible only with a permit, parking only with a permit. The warning should contain a question. Do you have a permit for that private road? If yes, you will be routed to your destination. And if the answer is negative, you should get the option to be brought to the nearest parking lot or street without any restriction. But the question is, how should Waze save your preferences that you are allowed to go there? Because if you are a resident and you do have the permit, you don't want to have that warning every time you go there or going home. Waze should save this option, but it is not desirable to create a separate permit for every street because the list of permits is already so long. At least there should be some kind of a button to add this local permit. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Leo. So you know what to do if you like this idea and want to join this idea. Now, our next idea is from John from the US, and it's about improvements for real-time closures. Let's hear John explain about his idea.
Hello, my name is John, JM6087, the global champ out of Austin, Texas, in the United States. My idea is related to real-time closure improvements. As an overview, I think that we can take advantage of the real-time server a little bit more to give more control to the editor and better user experience in the app. My challenge is the fact that not having the ability to add a real-time closure on an arrow makes it real difficult when we're working with construction, that they are putting no left turns, no right turns only, or we have an accident. Using the current ability with the restriction menu, we have to wait for tile updates, and if they open up early or for accidents, of course we have no idea. This really limits our ability to put the information in the app faster. Additionally, if we had the ability to make the real-time closures invisible without the candy stripes in the app, we can further improve our counterflow lanes so that we can have the lanes ready to go the second that they make them active or deactivate the counterflow lanes, and we can have the live updating instead of waiting for tile updates. So the solution to my issue is to give us the ability to put real-time closures on turn arrows and to give us an option to make a real-time closure invisible with no candy cane striping in the app to provide the best experience possible for the driver. Thanks again for considering my idea, and have a great day.
Thank you very much, John. And if anyone wants to join this idea, you know what to do. Okay. Now, next idea is from Victor from Chile. Victor is proposing to add Wazer profiles. Let's hear from Victor.
Hi. When we want to go somewhere, Waze help us by finding the fastest route and guiding us along it. But the best route between 2 points may not be the same for all drivers, since restrictions can be applied in the research for it, and many of these are defined by the user in the Waze application. Vehicle type, passes, tolls, road type, license plate number, and other options make Waze accommodate and find the best route alternative due to those restrictions. But if we drive more than one vehicle, for example, an SUV on the commute that has an electronic pass. But during the day, we use a company diesel truck, and on weekends, we ride a motorcycle or a 4x4 Jeep. Should we change the option in the application every time we use a different vehicle? Clicking the most relaxed or most restrictive options in the application, on average, is not good for any of the vehicles. It would be wonderful if each user could describe each of the vehicles they drive in profiles associated with their username. The challenge of the idea is to enable profiles for multiple vehicles of a user. This will impact both the application and the different servers, which make this idea a real challenge, although much of it is already done, and it only remains to adapt it to this new feature. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor.
Hi.
And here is the demo Victor created for his idea. As you can see, Victor suggests to replace the button we currently show above the search field from vehicle to profile, which will bring up the next window to the right, showing all vehicle options, which you can scroll through. If you like this idea, keep it in mind for the form to sign up later. Okay, our next idea is by a lovely team from Spain. They gave their team a fun name, WWW, but in this case, it stands for World Weather Waze. We love the name, friends. Okay, let's hear about the idea from the team.
Hi, I'm Jose, and I'm going to present you this awesome idea, World Weather Waze. We cannot always avoid trading, and it's not always a pleasant experience, especially if we face different dangers. Or maybe if we haven't made the right decision.
Please, I implore you, for your own safety, go with the Toyota Corolla.
Well, Pumpkins, it looks like it comes down to that age-old decision, style or substance.
So why not use modern tools to avoid bad weather using Waze? And yeah, how we propose to do that easily? Just let's modify the routing algorithm. Wait, what? What did he say? Now, let's go for the low-hanging fruit, and we propose to visualize weather along the roads and let the user decide what to do with that information. Which are the ingredients for this solution? We propose to use APIs that show the weather forecast in a specific point, a specific time in the future. Also, warnings issued by authorities where available, and of course the Waze routes, so that we can know where, when, and the weather. And in that way, the Wazer can compare how it is like to live now or later, and if there are different routes to the same destination, route A versus route B. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. This idea is also listed in the form for anyone who would like to join this team. Our next idea is also by a team, the UBA team. Yeah, that's a great name. This team is from Brazil, and their idea is around improving speed cameras or radars. Please note that this idea is in Portuguese, but the team added subtitles for us.
Olá pessoal, tudo bem? Sou Mike Machado do Brasil e vim falar pouquinho para vocês sobre a comunidade do Waze.
Wait, I'll start over.
Olá pessoal, tudo bem? Sou Mike Machado do Brasil e vim falar pouquinho para vocês sobre a comunidade do Waze. Essa comunidade é formada por usuários que usam o aplicativo diariamente, mas também buscam ajudar outros usuários por meio de alertas. Temos os editores que resolvem várias pendências do mapa e doam parte do seu tempo livre para conseguir melhorar o aplicativo. E, claro, ajudar na qualidade de vida de todos os usuários. E temos também o staff, essa galera que é a única paga nessa brincadeira, mas que também tem uma paixão muito grande pelo aplicativo. A gente nota que está sempre buscando novas melhorias e soluções. E é com isso que o time Oba-Oba faz um pequeno desvio de rota, larga um pouco de lado as edições e as URs e entra de cabeça nesse hackathon. A nossa grande ideia é trabalhar com radares, sejam eles falsos, como o da imagem, sejam eles verdadeiros. A gente sabe que, no ponto de vista dos usuários, hoje eles ficam tristes porque muitas vezes não enxergam esses radares, que estão ali escondidos pelo Ninja, ou até não notam porque ele não deu nenhum alerta. Do ponto de vista dos editores, eles não aguentam mais ficar respondendo URs com o mesmo radar todo dia. São dezenas de URs abertas diariamente para usuários que não entendem muito bem o funcionamento do aplicativo, não entendem porque o Waze não avisou ele daquele radar, mas na verdade é parte da regra. E o staff está sempre buscando aí pequenas soluções que têm um grande impacto positivo para toda a comunidade. E assim, o meu Google vai transformar um pequeno problema numa grande solução. Como a gente vai fazer isso? Com poucas alterações, mas inicialmente inserir a velocidade dos radares no seu alerta, seja ele sonoro ou visual. A gente vai também criar um alerta específico para radares falsos, explicando que tem uma coisa estranha à frente, para o usuário saber que realmente tem um alerta. A gente vai também trazer o ícone de radar em primeiro plano, hoje ele fica escondido por um emaranhado de outros ícones. E a gente também quer fazer uma customização. O usuário vai poder definir o que ele quer escutar, quando ele quer escutar, ele vai saber a regra. Então, esse é o time Meu Balba. Por favor, nos ajudem aí a criar uma comunidade mais feliz e, claro, sem multas de trânsito. Muito obrigado.
Muito obrigada to you guys. Thank you. And as with all other teams, you'll be able to join this team from the sign-up form. Okay, so far we've heard from the people who submitted the ideas. But from now, I'll present the rest of the ideas since their owners aren't available to present. So Speed Racer from the US submitted this idea: better handling of no-through traffic routes. So Speed Racer says this: currently, we must install gates at every entrance that could be used to get to segments that should not be used for through traffic. One place in Georgia has over 16 gates for just 4 roads. This had to be done to balance the penalty for the rest of the segments, so Waze would give proper routing into the neighborhood. Here is a screenshot showing the area in question. The yellow line is showing all the roads inside the neighborhood. Here is a zoomed in screenshot showing the streets with the sign saying no through traffic. Without the 16 gates, routing is out of balance and will send users to unnecessary routes just to avoid the gates at the signs. So he's proposing 2 solutions. First, to mark each segment. We would like to have an option on segments that we can check as no through traffic, like we can for unpaved. If we could mark a segment as being part of a no through traffic route, then have Waze only use that segment if the destination is on that segment, or if the only this segment is the only way to get to the destination. So this is an example of when the destination is on the segment. You can see that the user is on Whitlock Avenue and their destination is on Whitlock Drive, which is marked as no through traffic. Now, the second suggested solution is a geofence, a virtual parameter for the streets affected by the no through traffic signs. If the destination is not inside the geofence area, then do not use any of the segments inside the geofence for navigation. This could also be used to restrict travel through places like military bases and gated communities. That was his idea, and you know where to find it in case you want to join this team. Okay, the next idea is about major changes in speed limit. Sometimes, the challenge here is that sometimes when driving on a high-speed road, the limit suddenly drops by half because the road runs through a town. Drivers aren't notified about major drops in speed as well as they should be, so we don't always have sufficient time to slow down. The proposed solution is to have better alerts of major changes in speed limits. We could improve the alerts both for increases and decreases in speed limits. We need to think of how long before the change the alert should show up, which type of alerts, and many other questions. And this is what we have for this idea. If you like it, you know where to find it. The next idea, get me going fast. Start navigation in less clicks. The challenge, it takes many clicks and selections for Waze to start providing driving directions, and the proposed solution is to simplify the process. Instead of having to select many options and dialog boxes, the user can start navigating within 1 click after setting the destination. That's all we have for this idea. There's a lot of room for thought here. If you like it, remember it for the sign-up form. The next one, Google Zap, EV charging station features, electrical vehicles. So the challenge, Drivers in electric vehicles need to know where they can find the nearest electric charging station. Is the charging station available? Is it working? It's not broken, because that's a concern. And what's the charge? How much does it cost? So the proposed solution is to add all EV information to the map and app. EV charging stations near me with open bays, estimated wait time, include speed, reliability, down bays, costs, any amenities, and so on. This idea also has a fun addition to book a charging station in advance and include data on the time it takes to fully charge the vehicle. That's it for this idea. Keep it in mind in case you want to join this team. Next one. The next idea is about sorry, I had wrong speaking notes here, is to add more than 4 fuel types and divide the fuel types for electrical vehicles and fossil fuels. So we currently only see 4 fuel types in the app, and they're not sorted in a way that divides them between fossil and electric. So the proposed solution is to show more than 4 types of fuel in the app and add a breakdown by fuel type, whether it's electric or fossil sourced. The submitter for the idea also suggested to create partnerships and discount coupons, and also to generate a periodical report on how many liters and amount paid for fuel. That's it for this idea. The next idea is about average speed alerts. So there are many areas in the world, or majorly in Europe, where average speed enforcement zones are in place. The average speed is measured and enforced between 2 points. Waze currently doesn't calculate or alert drivers according to their average speed. Waze currently alerts drivers when they enter and leave the average speed zone, and there's a progress bar, but nothing about the actual speed. So the proposed solution is this one. Waze has the data on our driving speed, so drivers should see the average speed like they do for a standard speed limit. In addition, drivers should be alerted if they're driving over the average speed limit, just like they do for a standard limit. If you like this idea, you know where to find it. Okay, on to the next idea. Improve search results. The challenge is the fact that search results aren't displayed conveniently right now. And the proposed solution is to improve the visuals of search results. One option would be to show the results as bubbles with images in a more graphic way. And in addition, the submitter writes that the user should be able to click on buttons to display results within successively larger radii. I didn't know that's a plural for radius. I learned something. And whether this search result came from different sources, such as Google. That's it for this idea. And that's it. Those were the 15 ideas for the hackathon. As we explained earlier, we're reopening the registration now for 2 weeks so that you can choose your own team. In the spirit of QR codes, here's a QR code to lead you directly to the sign-up form. So you can pull out your phone, scan it, and sign up. But don't worry, we'll also share it as usual through the forum and center code and all standard communication channels. Now, that's it for today's office hour session. We hope you loved these ideas as much as we do and are now facing the challenge of which idea you love most for you to choose. In around 2 weeks, a bit more, everyone who signs up for the hackathon will get an email with more information about participating in the actual hackathon and also about contributing before the actual event takes place. And that is it for today. I won't switch to the thank you slide because I want to keep this QR code on the screen, but I'll say it. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure having you with us as usual, and we hope to have a wonderful hackathon together. Thanks. Have a great day.